welcome to Meet the Candidate 2021. And my guest for this session is Jason Upchurch, running for Deer Park City Council. Welcome, Jason.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, it's our pleasure to offer this opportunity to candidates and to let people get to know you as a person. And starting with, tell me about where you grew up.
So I grew up in the Tri-Cities, about 2.5 hours south of here, Richland, Pasco, Kennewick. My family kind of moved all around. So yeah, that's where we're from. And we've been in Deer Park for 10 years now.
Okay. What brought you up to Deer Park?
So about 11 years ago, I found out about a position for a pastor position in Deer Park and was recruited to come up. And so we've been up here for 10 years.
Oh, very nice.
We love it there.
So as you were growing up in the Tri-Cities, did you have an opportunity to get a first job? Some of your first experiences were in working?
So my first job was at JCPenney in the boys department. And I had the inside track because my best friend's mom also worked at JCPenney. And I think I was 16 and I was so nervous going into the interview. And my friend's mom like peeked into the room and just like gave the hiring lady a thumbs up and like, you should hire this kid. And that was, yeah, the rest is history. So that was my first job.
So yeah, networking makes a difference.
Yes,
it does.
Very much so.
So with that training and or that experience in retail behind you, what education and training did you choose to pursue after high school?
I became a Christian when I was 14, and by the time I was done with high school, I really felt a call to ministry. And so I went. I had already gotten my AA degree through the Running Start program, and I went down to California to a Bible college down there. I got a Bachelor of Arts in Theology, and then graduated. Got married, moved back to Louisville, Kentucky for 5 years to pursue a master's degree. I didn't finish it. The joke that me and my wife have is I'm about 20 years into my 3-year program. And so maybe one day I'll finish that up. So my first heart is for ministry, pastoral ministry. But I also love, I love our local government. I love our city. So yeah.
Well, it's always interesting to travel, especially to live someplace else. What are some things that you maybe learned while living in Kentucky that give you some insights into your community in Deer Park?
So I think the biggest thing that I learned about living in Kentucky, so Louisville is a large city, several 100,000 people. And I think when I first moved there, I thought, this is going to be huge and overwhelming. But even in a big city, and we feel this in Spokane, there are these small local regions and everybody kind of has their own community. So whether you're in Deer Park that's got less than 5,000 people or you've got several 100,000 or even a couple million, you end up just kind of living in your own little community and interacting. You might go outside of that a little bit, but having these strong local communities is pretty cool. And we saw that even in Kentucky as well.
Well, that kind of brings us to what would prompt you to run for city council. Not everybody steps up for public office.
Yeah.
And elections are tricky things to pull off. So,
yes.
So what inspired you?
So this has been an interesting evolution. Back in 2016, so my children are homeschooled. My wife homeschools them. My oldest is 14, and back in 2016 was the presidential race. And so my son was starting to ask questions about politics. And so we went to the various, I think Rand Paul came to town, Ted Cruz was over in Sandpoint. We tried to go to the Bernie Sanders rally, just expose him to all of the political stuff. And then about halfway through the summer, the rallies were gone. I think Clinton had locked up her nomination, Trump had locked up his. And we're like, okay, well now what? Now what do we learn about city government? Well, it turns out our city hall is 5 blocks away from our house, and we had never been to a city council meeting. And so me and my son started attending, and he loved it, and he wanted to go, and he was 9 at the time. And so we started going on a regular basis, and I loved it. I just loved how small town government worked and got more and more interested, more and more involved. And finally about 2 years ago, a couple of people approached me about maybe running, and I wasn't ready. And then a couple of months ago, I still kind of had the bug, and a couple more people approached me and said, hey, you should really consider. And I thought, I think now is the time. So that was sort of the long story of what happened.
So it was the civics class that
yeah, very much so.
That got away from you a little.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'd like to give you this last wrap up to answer that question. Why should people vote for Jason Upchurch for Deer Park City Council?
Yeah, so my tagline is fresh conservative leadership. I'm fresh. I've never been in an elected office before, but I know how government works. And so I think I've got some fire. I've got some some ideas that would be good. Conservative, I'm an unashamed conservative. I think our local community is conservative. I think I would represent them well. And then leadership. I love to listen to what people have to say and what they want to see happen, and I think I can get it done. One of the things locally that we've done recently is our Deer Park City Pool was on the verge of not opening, and I kind of led the citizens' effort to cry out to the mayor and cry out to the city council, hey, we got to open this up. And lo and behold, we've turned the tide, and through leading people to call and contact, the city pool is going to open. So I think I bring a lot to the table that would be good for our little city.
Okay. Well, Jason, I'm glad you could come in and join us today, and good luck on your campaign.
Thank you so much, Lani.
What does it mean to be awake? It means to truly understand the issues facing us and actively participate as a citizen in this country. One way you can do that is by voting your values, based on the Word of God. We believe We Vote has done the research and provides you the information you need to make an informed decision on which candidates will champion our values and work for us. Now is the time to rise up, get involved, and vote. WeBelieveWeVote.com.
Hello, Spokane. This is Governor Mike Huckabee. I'm going to be speaking at We Believe, We Vote's October 2nd fundraiser. It's more important than ever for Christians to come together and to vote. I'm looking forward to seeing you on October the 2nd of this year. For tickets to the event, go to WeBelieveWeVote.com.